Moving across the country can be a difficult challenge for families, especially when it comes to affordability. I'm here today with Christina, who has recently moved from BC to Alberta, and she is going to share her story with us today. If we haven't met before, my name is Dawn Morgan. I'm a realtor with eXp Realty, and I serve the Edmonton and surrounding areas. Christina.
Hi. So a little bit about our story. Both me and my husband are born and raised in BC in the Lower Mainland. We wanted more. We were renting. Both of us were working full time, and we just wanted more. So we started our journey by reaching out to a mortgage broker to just say, hey, level set with us. Where are we? Can we buy a house? What are we approved for? The good news is we were in good standing to buy. The bad news is the budget. We were approved for a pretty decent amount. The average person would be happy with that. But unfortunately, with the cost of housing in the Lower Mainland, there was nothing that would have fit our family. So learning that, we started to look at other places in BC that we could take that budget and apply there. Well, you start getting Prince George, Fort St. John, Dawson Creek, way up north. Things are not developed. You got to look at healthcare. You got to look at roads. You got to look at jobs. So we're like, well, that's not going to work. So what can we do? Make more money. Everybody says just make more money. Harder. So that was when we started looking into what can my husband do to advance Class 1 driving. They're going to need them. Lots of people are retiring from that profession. It costs a lot of money to get your Class 1 license in BC. You're looking at $15,000 and up.
That's crazy.
That's a lot. How do you do that when you're trying to save for a down payment, and now to make more money that's so easy is another $15,000 investment. It is an investment. You always have to look at things that way, but it's still a large chunk to swallow. You can't do that.
That's almost an entire down payment.
Literally. On a house out in Alberta.
Yeah.
Crazy. You hear your down payment in BC, you need $150K for $1 million house. Just crazy numbers. So then we started looking at that house budget in Alberta. What can we get for that? Your mind is kind of blown when you start looking at what you can get for $350,000, $400,000, even $500,000 if that's what your family needs and you can afford. So then we go back to, you got to look at jobs. To obtain a Class 1 license in Alberta, it's under $10,000. Easier to deal with.
Yep.
Then what is the growth of the city? Where are the amenities? Where are the hospitals, roads, infrastructure? You have everything in Edmonton. You're not missing anything. So that was big for us. That took out the north of BC and brought us over to Alberta. Then you start looking at, you have children, you're worried about schools. You're worried about how am I going to pay for daycare if I'm going to go to work. Daycare is still expensive, don't get me wrong, but the Alberta government does offer more subsidies and higher income thresholds for working parents in Alberta than it does over BC. They do make it easier. It's still a challenge for everybody has challenges, but they make it easier. So that was another factor in being Alberta is the way to go. Things aren't going to slow down. Get in where you can to live a lifestyle that you want to live.
Yeah.
To be comfortable while things rise.
Exactly. And your family, you have 2 kids, and you guys are surviving on, not just surviving, but you are thriving.
We're comfortable. We have everything that we need. We can still save to achieve goals without feeling choked out, where everybody is feeling choked out by everything.
And that's a single family income.
Single family income, making less than what he made in BC.
That's
wow. Kind of blows your mind.
Yeah, it really does. What advice do you have for anybody who's thinking about making the move from BC to Alberta with their family?
Really think about the lifestyle that you want to live, the opportunities that you want to have. And if you can find them and meet them here, research your cities, research the programs that are available within those cities. Do your research. But also, you will be surprised at the opportunities that present themselves when you push yourself out of your comfort zone. It's never easy, but it can very well be worth it.
I really always love hearing your story. It's so inspiring, and it makes me so happy that you're able to come and make a really great life here when affordability was a problem before. It's like
it's a different world. It brings peace. in the volatile times that we're in economically right now.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. Well, thank you for sharing your story.
No problem.
And if you're thinking about making the move to Edmonton, feel free to reach out. My contact details will be in the description below.